National Football League. And this one features the Crusaders' reigning league MVP. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Crusaders and the Falcons under the lights on Monday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we wrap up Week 11 with a good Monday nighter between the Atlanta Falcons and our home team. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. Their offense is one that doesn't rely too heavily on just one guy. They like to spread things around as best they can.
You're right about that. It's a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
Well, he got touchdowns, I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person, obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, what I love was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
From the 24, Lance. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Working from the gun, Lance. He's got him in, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. The underdog here is showing no fear. Great opening drive.
Now, we weren't in the locker room for the pregame speech, but I will guarantee you, somewhere along the way, the head coach said, let's just grab a big stick and smack them with it and let them know we're going to be here today. They may be the team that's supposed to be superior, but we're not backing down to anyone.
And on the road, no less, setting the tone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Throwing to start the drive, Landry. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 58 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Now this throw caught left side, and he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Yeah, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
Still leaves him with 4th and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head, and making a decision. And you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Well, you want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
Lance now on first down. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. 3rd and long. You knew that he was going to throw it, but he just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
The Falcons send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Throwing to start the drive. Landry. Escaping the pressure. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. To throw on 2nd down. Landry. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Nick Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
And it will be Falcon football.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but
now a loose football. The ball comes out.
wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long. Shotgun now for Lance.
He finds his man, complete. That's Weber.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Lance.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Lance.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. 38-yard line.
And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here.
And he's going to have a Falcons first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. There they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. And now they'll throw with Lance.
And this one is incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here's Lance.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any back, giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Throwing on first down. Landry. Flushed. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Set for the second quarter, San Diego in possession of the football as they've got it facing a second and long situation. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, particularly running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. Last week they defeated the Broncos, and they've got the lead here as well as they work with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. The Falcons send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. Gets around him. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, Landry. He's got Turner. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That'll go as a 16-yard gain as they pick up the 1st.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Landry. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Down inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Operating from the gun, Landry. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Crusaders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That time a 6-play drive. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Atlanta regains possession of the football. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lance. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave him with a third and just a yard. And Lance now to throw. Buying time. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. Out is their quarterback for this offense to take over once more. And the football has not touched the ground yet. He's 10 of 10, including the touchdown on the last drive as they begin here with a 1st and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. The guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Now the try here for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, Landry. And he will find his man Chase complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On 1st and 10, Landry. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Crusaders are an extra point away from drawing level. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Lance finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. That'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Landry. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to let it go again. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic 1st down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Back to throw. Landry. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Crusaders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
And a great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a 2nd game. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. The Washingtonians with an important win as they keep pace in the playoff picture and get their record up to 6-4 with the win. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for our home team, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now they'll run on the ball. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it.
Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Off play action. Landry. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Landry.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Operating from the gun. Landry. And he's got it. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there.
With his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Crusaders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
They make their 2nd half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free possession game.
Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
To throw, it's Lance.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. The Lance going to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
Steps her, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes.
It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
They decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because they'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking.
Throwing to start the drive. Landry to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. To throw on 2nd down. Landry.
And they were looking to set up the screen, but that's going to be incomplete. Almost wound up going the other way. Well covered defensively, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Landry.
Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Caught by Turner.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
A couple of 1st downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Landry. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. Back to throw. Landry.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking to throw. Landry. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. 5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Back to throw. Landry. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw again.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd and 2. Landry. And he's got it. Got his man on the in route. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Brevin Jordan.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Crusaders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. What a drive that was. 16 plays all told. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. On first down, Lance.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. On third and long, it's Lance. On the move to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big third down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Lance, wide open receiver, complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now Lance throwing on second down. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Lance looking to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's what really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, and he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Landry. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Landry. This will be caught at about the 5. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Crusaders
Crusaders are going to be moving to 10-0 as they add on to this big lead. Though definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, 4th quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Falcons offense set to go. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
They got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he's able to get it out of there. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. So possession goes over here on the punt. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
The partner under the lights in prime time. This offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the home team here, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they will finally get an extra week to heal up a bit as they will get the late bye in Week 12.